Welcome back to the podcast. I'm Bronwyn Newman. I'm a credentialed diabetes educator and the director of SHG. Today we're talking about something truly inspiring, type 1 diabetes and endurance sports. My passion is helping people living with diabetes build confidence, knowledge and resilience so they can live the life they want, not the life diabetes tells them they can have. Whether you're walking your first 5 kilometres, training for a marathon, cycling hundreds of kilometres, swimming open water events, hiking mountains, or competing at an elite level, this episode is for you. Let's explore preparation, insulin management, technology, barriers, setbacks, successes, and the remarkable resilience of people living with type 1 diabetes. Diabetes does not define your limits. When diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, many people wonder, can I still do the things I love? Can I run a marathon? Can I compete in sports? Can I push my body to its limits? The answer is overwhelmingly yes. People living with type 1 diabetes have climbed Mount Everest, completed Ironman triathlons, competed in the Olympics, played at AFL level, run ultra marathons, crossed continents by bicycle, and achieved extraordinary sporting goals. The journey may require more planning and problem solving than it does for someone without diabetes, but it is absolutely possible. Diabetes changes the way we prepare, not our potential. Understanding exercise and blood glucose. One of the greatest challenges in endurance sports is that exercise affects blood glucose in different ways. Sometimes glucose falls rapidly. Sometimes it rises unexpectedly. Sometimes it does both in the same event. So we'll go over aerobic activities such as walking, running, cycling, swimming. All can often lower blood glucose levels. Higher intensity activities such as sprinting, competitive racing, heavy resistance training can trigger stress hormones that temporarily increase glucose levels. This unpredictability can be frustrating. The reality is that no two training sessions are exactly the same. Sleep, stress, hormones, illness, nutrition, hydration, temperatures, fitness levels, and insulin on board all influence glucose responses. Managing diabetes during sports often becomes a process of learning your own body's patterns. Preparation is powerful. Success in endurance sports starts long before race day. Preparation can include knowing your baseline, understanding current glucose patterns, insulin sensitivity, training responses, recovery responses, all help create a foundation for decision making. Having a plan. Consider pre-exercise glucose targets, insulin adjustments, carbohydrate strategies, hydration plans, emergency treatments. Planning reduces uncertainty and improves confidence. So, packing for success. An endurance athlete with type 1 diabetes often carries a pack. This can contain glucose tablets, fast-acting carbohydrates, longer-acting carbohydrate snacks, insulin, spare pump supplies, CGM supplies, ketone testing equipment, medical identification. Being prepared isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of wisdom. Insulin and endurance exercise. Insulin is life-saving, but during exercise, it requires careful consideration. Many athletes discover that insulin requirements change significantly around training sessions. Some may need reduced basal insulin, temporary basal rates, adjusted bolus doses, additional carbohydrates. Others may need strategies to manage exercise-induced hyperglycemia. There is no one-size-fits-all solution. Individualization is key. Working closely with your diabetes care team can help identify safe and effective strategies that fit your training goals. Technology, pumps and continuous glucose monitors. Technology has transformed diabetes management in sports. Insulin pumps. Pumps allow flexible basal adjustments. They allow temporary basal rates, more precise insulin delivery, reducing injection burden. For many endurance athletes, pumps provide great flexibility around training and competition. Continuous glucose monitoring. CGM technology allows athletes to monitor trends in real time, identify rising or falling glucose levels, make informed decisions. This reduces uncertainty rather than relying on the occasional finger pricking. Athletes can often see where glucose is heading before problems develop. Technology doesn't remove all challenges, but it can provide valuable information that supports safer participation and improved confidence. Managing hyperglycemia. As we discussed, hyperglycemia can happen. Many athletes experience elevated glucose levels due to competition stress, adrenaline, intense exercise, illness, pump issues, underestimating carbohydrate intake. High glucose levels can lead the individual to feeling fatigue, thirsty, frustrated, disappointed. It is important to remember that hyperglycemia, it's data, not personal failures. They provide information that can guide future decisions. Curiosity often serves us better than self-criticism. So asking yourself, what can I learn from this rather than why did it get this wrong? Managing the lows. Hypoglycemia remains one of the biggest concerns for most athletes. Fear of lows can stop individuals from exercising, training alone, increasing intensity, entering events. These fears are understandable, they're real. Experiencing a severe hypoglycemia can be frightening. Yet avoiding activities altogether often comes with its own health and emotional costs. Education, planning, glucose monitoring, support, and gradual progression can help build confidence over time. The goal is not perfection. The goal is preparation and safety. Now we're up to the mental game. Endurance sport is as much psychological as physical. Living with type 1 diabetes often means making hundreds of decisions every day. Adding sports introduces another layer of complexity. There are many days when glucose refuses to cooperate, technology fails, race plans unravel, energy levels disappoint. Those moments can feel defeating. but they are also creating opportunities for growth. Resilience is not about never struggling. Resilience is continuing despite the struggle. Every adjustment made, every lesson learned, every training session completed, every setback overcome. These experiences build confidence that extend far beyond sports. Success looks different for everyone. Success isn't always a medal. Sometimes success is walking around the block for the first time, completing a fun run, returning to exercise after diagnosis, finishing a cycling event, joining a local sporting club, feeling less afraid. Every achievement matters. Comparison often steals joy. Focus on your own joy. Focus on your journey. Celebrate your own progress. Your victory does not need to look like someone else's. The importance of your support team. No one should feel they must manage diabetes alone. Your support team may include an endocrinologist, your primary general practitioner, a credentialed diabetes educator, an accredited practicing dietitian, exercise physiologist, or a physiotherapist, coaches, family members, training partners. Collaborative care helps people make informed decisions and safely pursue your goals. And sometimes the most powerful supportive comes from someone simply saying, I believe you can do this. Power on. If there's one message I hope you take away from today's episode, it's this. Type 1 diabetes may require planning, preparation, and persistence, but it does not remove your capacity for greatness. You are more than your glucose readings, more than your insulin doses, more than your challenges. Whether you're taking your first walk, training for your first fun run, or chasing an endurance event that once seemed impossible, remember, progress matters, consistency matters, courage matters, and every step forward is worth celebrating. Keep learning, keep adapting, keep believing, and most importantly, power on. Thank you for joining me today. Until next time, be kind to yourself, trust the process, and remember that your diabetes journey is uniquely yours, and you never have to walk it alone. Take care.